Dude, welcome back to Nerd Media, and I just finished making my episode 4 review for Daredevil Born Again. Phenomenal episode. I cannot stop thinking about it. But the reason why I can't stop thinking about it is the fact that we got Frank Castle back, and we got, in my opinion, one of the best scenes, a one on one dialogue kind of scenes in the MCU, maybe even the best. So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about why I think that scene is so brilliant, and this video is probably going to be relatively short just because I may end up repeating myself at a few points, but I just want to express how much I love this scene and how much I think it really influences the characters like Matt and Frank, and how the reasons why it works so well. So in this video we're going to be doing all that and more because we just got to talk about it. So with all that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's dive right into the video. So last night we saw Frank Castle return in Daredevil Born Again, and we see Matt confront Frank about the bullet with his symbol on it, and the whole time we have been seeing the Punisher symbol, thinking that it could possibly be him, and knowing that there is a group of police officers out there using that symbol not for something that he would use it for, and just using it against him. And guys, let me tell you, we knew he was going to be in this episode. Marvel had confirmed it beforehand, but it was great to see him, and I'm so happy that we got to see him. Let me tell you, Frank and Matt, whenever they're on screen together, you just gotta be quiet and listen because they always drop some of the best quotes and lines of Marvel in general, because that scene on the rooftop in season 2 is phenomenal. And this is right on par with that. And guys, when we see these two characters be vulnerable with each other, I don't know why, but that really just hit me. And I was like, wow, we are seeing these two characters who hide their emotions from everybody else around them very well. And they've done that. They are almost known for doing that a lot in the previous seasons of their own shows. And seeing those two get vulnerable together and talk about how Frank hears and sees his son telling him to go get him and to go get the bad guys, and how Matt also hears Foggy's voice and stuff, and just seeing how that comes together and seeing all of that and having them talk about Bullseye and the fact that he gets to live and have a life when Frank says Foggy doesn't, which I think is just a cold line, but and such a deep cut, but it works so well. And this scene really justifies the Foggy death and that character and what the fate of him was, because I feel like without that death we wouldn't have actually gotten a story like this. Because you guys know by now I am somebody who is a very big fan of the Daredevil Born Again storyline and the choices that they have made, and I think this justifies the whole thing, and I just loved it. And the only real MCU scene that I can think of that is a one on one dialogue that I can really think of that is on par with this is the Steve Rogers and Tony Stark talk in the Civil War scene where Steve almost signs the Sokovia Accords. That scene, you guys probably remember it. I'll throw it up on screen here. That is a great scene. I just rewatched Civil War last week for probably like my fifth time. I love that movie. It is so great, and that is a phenomenal scene. It is probably one of the best scenes of that entire movie. And up until this episode, it was probably my favorite one on one dialogue scene that we've gotten for the MCU. But now I'm thinking this is number one. I think this it uses emotion so brilliantly and so well. We get to see these two characters come in and just genuinely be these characters without it feeling like the writers changed up these characters, and it doesn't feel like Frank is there for no reason. He's there to really just remind Matt of who he really is. And we know Matt wants to let out violence. He hit Frank, so we know that is happening. And Frank served the purpose, and his purpose was served. And when we see Frank use words like guilty and Matt uses words like being a coward or justice and stuff like that, I think it's just very cool because guilty is a word for Matt, considering that's what he would say as a lawyer, and using like a word like a coward or something, or like justice or something, is something for Frank because he served. And I think that that is just really brilliant. And the writing, I feel like, is just outstanding in this episode and outstanding in this scene. And this is some of the best MCU writing that we have seen in recent years. And guys, I'm going to leave you on this big take that I have. I have never been somebody to come out and say that I think that this project is the best thing since Endgame. I'm not somebody who says that a lot, and usually when people say that, I'm a little bit skeptical just because we've had so many good projects in the past years with Marvel. We've had No Way Home, we've had Deadpool and Wolverine, we've had X-Men 97, we've had so many other things that I could mention, and not really a lot of them have come up to as good as Endgame, besides maybe like No Way Home and X Men 97 or something like that, or WandaVision or Loki. But guys, I'm gonna be honest here. I think Daredevil Born Again may be the best MCU project we have gotten since Avengers Endgame. If it continues like this, it is going to very well be that. It'll be my favorite Disney Plus show. It'll probably be my top 10 MCU projects of all time. It is going to be up there, and I'm loving it. And I love it so much. I love this scene, one of my favorite scenes overall for the MCU when it comes to conversation scenes. And I just loved it so much. But with all that being said, I just wanted to talk about this for a little bit with you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you thought of this specific scene in Born Again. Did you love it as much as I did, and as much as a lot of other people have been? And where do you think this would rank for you for when it comes to one-on-one dialogue conversation scenes? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.